Hello and welcome to Cuesta Sports Monthly, an in-depth look at Cuesta athletics. I'm Peter Schuler, and on today's episode of Cuesta Sports Monthly, we will visit with Cuesta's women's volleyball and women's soccer teams just before we have a chance to interview our annual fall conversation with Cuesta Athletic Director Bob Mariucci. So we'd like to welcome Hanna Coletti and Alexis Waltz here to Cuesta Sports Monthly. Alexis, you're back here. You were here with us in spring. How's it going on the hard court today?
It's been going well this year. Definitely, I feel like from spring and incorporating beach season, now it's definitely shown with a lot of the players that did play in spring. So we're definitely a lot more scrappy this year, and I feel like it's been going well. Working good as a team together and everything. So
you kind of built that camaraderie for the freshman year, or the freshman or first year players.
Yes, definitely.
The fall, the spring.
Yes.
And so how are you feeling? You've kind of taken a bigger role this year. This is your third year with us.
Yes, yeah. I'm an old lady now.
now is that? I'm not trying to pick on you here, but you went to a pretty small high school.
Yes, I did.
Now was that kind of a growth thing there with you, or was it a decision that you knew you were going to be here for 3 years? Or?
Well, so my first year I had an injury, which is why I redshirt, and so I feel like it was a good decision because I wasn't necessarily ready. I don't think either. So and then last year I didn't really play that much, and then this year I'm actually getting to play. So all of the time and just experience and opportunities I've had here at Cuesta has just made me into a better player, and I've been growing throughout the last 3 years. So it's been really good. Fun making just the new friendships I've built too as well. So
now, Hanna, you had a great freshman season, set a school record for assists.
Thank you.
But you didn't play beach, and you kind of slow coming back this year with injuries and stuff like that. So how's your sophomore season working out for you?
Right. It's good. I definitely had to dust the rust off a little bit from not having been able to play beach season this last spring. But I've definitely had to hold my own this season with all of our new girls that have come out and everyone coming straight off the beach court. So it's definitely been a hard challenge, especially from rolling my ankle and being out for a little bit. But now I'm finally getting back into it and just working hard, continuing to fight out on the court with everyone. So it's been fun.
One of the things that I noticed in the last couple of games, home games, because that's the only ones I get to see, but that you seem to be getting up there in the front and getting some more hits. Is that just kind of, just a luck of the draw, or are they trying to use your leftiness to kind of throw people off?
Right. I mean, I haven't been an opposite hitter. My primary role is a setter, but I've definitely had some experience as a hitter doing club in high school and stuff like that, so I know a little bit about that. And after coach coming to me and being like, hey, are you comfortable with hitting? We kind of need you out there. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just try my best. And it ended up working out this past couple weeks of me hitting in the front row instead of setting. It's been a different role for sure to kind of get used to jumping around so much.
Am I setting this or am I hitting this?
Yeah,
type of thing?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's been slightly different, but it's been so much fun still. So yeah.
Now you guys have been playing with Bailey Woodside. She just set the school record for career kills, and she's kind of she's a very dynamic player. What's it like, kind of, because you guys have both gotten a lot of assists with her.
Yes.
As a hitter. So what's it like kind of having that player where you kind of, do you look for her all the time, or is it just one of those things that she seems to be in the right spot or what?
Well, definitely when it's time and we're desperate and just need that kill or need that point, it's okay, Bailey. But I mean, if we get good passes and stuff as a setter, then we're going to try to see the other options as well too, because we all have different connections with different hitters. So
yeah, but in general though, Bailey is our
main source,
and she's been a great teammate to be able to rely on her consistency and her ability to just hammer the ball down and get us a point. So it's definitely nice to have that one big player to just kind of lean on when times are getting a little stressful.
Yeah.
But we definitely have a good front row this year, so we've definitely been able to kind of move the set around, give Bailey a little bit of a break. So
and we have some good ammo too with Kaylee too, who's a new a freshman outside hitter this year. So she's been doing really well as well this year.
And she's also chasing. I think she's chasing your single season sister or service ace.
Yeah.
So,
she's definitely got a hot streak right now for her serve. She's sent some bullets over there.
So you kind of look at those two as the 1-2 when you guys are out there looking to pass to somebody.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely strong in the back row for passing, and then strong to just look to set to.
Yes. Yeah.
On the court.
You guys, is there like a feel for somebody like was Kaylee like the ball high, or Bailey like quick, or how do you guys kind of develop that kind of camaraderie with players that way?
Well, at practice, coaches okay, hitters talk to the setters, give feedback, back and forth feedback. And so Kaylee, she likes them high and a little bit on. I think she said on, so, which is closer to the net. Bailey's ideal is a little faster and an arm's length away from the net type of deal. So definitely in the game, we'll usually just do fours, which is the usual high and outside if our pass isn't there. But yeah, everyone has their own little niche and what they like or their preferences and everything.
So communication is definitely key between setters and hitters.
You have to be in connection with everybody.
It's a lot, but it's good.
So what do you feel about the season going along? I mean, you guys are pretty solid in the preseason. Western State Conference is a very tough conference, especially in the north up here. How are you guys feeling about where you are as a team right now? I mean, was it your first year we made it to the playoffs when you were redshirting?
That was the year before.
Okay.
Year before.
So we're right. You can get fourth in this conference and still make the playoffs.
Yes.
So, and it's a real battle. But hopefully we'll get better in fourth. But
yeah.
But it's a tough conference. What kind of fire does that put in you guys when you go every day? You're going up against top 20, 25 team.
It is sometimes it can get into your head, but I feel we have a lot of grit and push, and we really do fight for every points, even if we do lose. I go home satisfied and knowing I did the best that I could do.
Yeah, we never just roll over and just let them hit at us. Even though sometimes we're facing the over 6 feet tall girls, and we're not the tallest bunch of girls, but we definitely, like Alexis said, we have that grit and we have that fighting spirit.
You got to cover that floor.
Yes. We definitely move around to cover that. So we've definitely had to fight and be really gritty this season with fighting against our opponents in conference. So yeah.
So you guys both sophomores. What's kind of your expectation for next year? Are you guys going to plan to move on, trying to play somewhere? What?
You go first.
I'm planning on transferring. I've been looking at some places out of state, but unfortunately, this may just be my last year playing because of the major I'm wanting to do. It's definitely a lot of work, and I might not have a lot of the time. So looking for more of a rec league or a club instead of trying to get a spot on their official team is probably my goal for
Alexis,
next year.
real quick, what do you got?
Same here. It's probably gonna be my last year playing volleyball, and I'm gonna go into personal training afterwards. So
awesome.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That's Alexis Waltz and Hanna Coletti here at Cuesta Sports Monthly, representing women's volleyball. When we return, it's women's soccer. Cuesta's Athletics. We return.
This program is produced by Cuesta Broadcasting. Start your radio, TV.
We're back on campus with returning sophomores Keira Becker-Tresky and Emmersyn Vegas from Cuesta Women's Soccer. Welcome to Cuesta Sports Monthly, Emmersyn and Keira. Season's going pretty well for you guys so far. The team last year we struggled a little bit, but you guys really brought the program back together this year. How are you feeling about the year so far?
I think really good, especially after last year, having so much improvement. It feels good.
Now, do you feel the improvement was like team-wise, was coaching-wise, or was it just you guys as individuals working on your game off the season? What was the big change this year for you guys?
I think it was a combination of everything. Caleb was still learning how exactly to coach a group of us, and we were still learning how to receive that coaching. And this year, just something about our team, we feel more together and more like, I don't know, we feel more successful overall, if that makes sense.
Now, you guys weren't here during the pandemic. I think that was the only team, the full team that did not compete at all. They took the whole year off, and so it really was starting from scratch. We started with a new coach and everything like that. You're saying Caleb's really kind of developed with you guys, and,
yes.
And you've had Peyton now for 3 years now too, right?
Yes.
Well, not for you guys, but so she's been with the program. So that consistency is kind of, and that team of coaches is helping you guys, right?
Yeah, the consistency of coaching, and then we've also had a lot more interest this year. We've had more girls from the get-go who are like willing to come and give our team a try, which is really good compared to last year. Last year we were kind of struggling a little bit to get team members, but this year we've had a lot of really great girls who are so passionate about soccer.
Now, Emmersyn, how much of that is kind of that sophomore leadership? Are you bringing the young kids in and kind of making them feel part of the team right away, or is it you're not hazing or anything like that? Okay.
No, but I definitely, the freshmen themselves like bonded with us really easily. I feel like when they came in, it just felt like a team from the start. So it wasn't really all on us to have to bring that together.
So you think kind of like the idea of you guys having a full year under the same coaches, the coaches being kind of in their third year now, that kind of all kind of created the atmosphere for this team to kind of blossom. To be honest, I mean, go from 0 wins to 1 win to now you guys are moving up. You're 500 this whole season so far and could push through, but
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, so what are you guys looking through? I mean, conference is tough.
Yeah.
You definitely have Santa Barbara and Ventura and some tough teams in there. What's your motivation going in, getting ready for each of these games?
I think just proving that we're a different team this year, because we want to, especially with all the talent we've gotten. It's nice to show them that we're definitely a stronger team than we were last year, because last year, they would not walk all over us, but this year we could show them that we're not the same team as we were.
Well, I think it was at Santa Barbara last week. They got 1 or 2 goals in the first 10 minutes, and then it was basically a shutdown the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Was that just kind of a slip up early, and again you guys really wanted to show who you were for the rest of the way?
Yeah, I think it took us a moment to really get into the game, and once we got first those past 10 minutes of everybody sort of locking in, I think we were really successful, obviously.
Now, we got a ways to go here this season. What kind of, you guys have any particular team goals for this year? What do you want to do in conference? Do you want to try? Do you guys, as a group, have a goal for the season, or just?
Our group.
Yes.
Our group goal.
Or do you have personal goals for the season?
Well, we want to be a 500 team. We want to try to make playoffs this year, and like Emmersyn said, we really just want to prove that we're not little old Cuesta. We want people to be a little scared when they have to play against us, which we've been hearing from some friends at Hancock. They're a little scared to play us, but
that's always good to have Hancock a little bit scared, don't you think?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys just made a big change in the pitch by moving the team over to the south side of the field. What has that done for you guys? Does that kind of isolate you a little bit more from the fans? What just having that team bench over on the other side?
I think it was to isolate us from the fans, because they get mouthy sometimes. So it's kind of better to just be on our own world over there.
Be out there with a bullhorn reading the state decorum policies every time.
Yeah, because over there they were close, and it was like within conversation distance, and being on the other side of the field,
we can isolated, kind of keeps that team kind of thing together a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what I casually called the Wilson Expanse for the name of our old coach, Bob Wilson, because that's just a large field. What do you think about that playing style? When you play at places with turf or with artificial turf or in stadiums, what kind of benefits do you think playing at the Wilson Expanse, if I can allow to keep using that, or compared to those places, what kind of makes that your home pitch for you?
A lot of us do not like turf. A lot of us have had injuries on turf, so we're very grateful to be playing on grass, and it's a nice little area dedicated to us, so we really enjoy that factor of it too.
And also with the heat, it's so much better, because when we're traveling like at LA Pierce, it was over 100 degrees outside, so the turf was even hotter.
They're on turf.
Yeah, they have turf there.
So what they used to call it colloquially, fuzzy cement.
Yeah.
Fuzzy cement.
Oh, I haven't heard that one. But yeah, because it gets really hot. So having the grass, it's really nice.
Now, I've heard my older brother play when I was playing soccer that any sports you can't use your hands is un-American or something like that. But I was just out of curiosity, what got you guys into soccer?
I've just been my parents. They threw me in it when I was a kid, and it was just my favorite.
It's kind of the gateway drug to sports, right?
Yeah.
Everybody starts with soccer, then
and just stuck with it since then.
Same thing with me. My parents threw me in. My mom played soccer her whole life. She's like, just go ahead, and then that's the one that stuck.
All right. So you went to Templeton?
Yes.
You went to Paso. You guys know each other pretty much through youth group or through playing in high school together?
We got to play club together for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you already had that kind of camaraderie coming in, no rivalry between the two places.
Yeah.
So now, what about next year? You're planning on maybe going to Santa Clara, become a Bronco? Is that?
That's old news.
That's old news.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your plan? What are your plans now for next year?
I don't really have a set plan, because I decided I want to be a firefighter. So right now I'm in the paramedic pathway, and I technically don't need any more schooling after that. It would just be the academy. So I don't know. We'll just have to see.
How about you, Keira?
My original goal was poly, and doing their kinesiology program to then do physical therapy school, but I'm looking at a few other schools now other than poly, but yeah, I still think I want to do physical therapy.
I think that's a good call. I mean, we're looking at the pink tape on your knee and all that stuff. I think physical therapy is something you have a lot of experience with, and I really wish you guys both are, a great rest of the season and going into next year, whatever path you guys follow. So thank you very much for joining us. Thanks again to Keira Becker-Tresky and Emmersyn Vegas. Good luck to the Cougars the rest of the season. When we return, we are joined by Cuesta Athletic Director Bob Mariucci.
Cuesta.edu. Television, radio, broadcast, communications. Explore the world of digital communication and tap into your creative genius. Television, radio, broadcast, communications.
This is your boy, the DUI, and you're listening to KGUR.org.
Your digital future is at Cuesta College right now. Log on to Cuesta.edu now for enrollment dates and class information.
Hey, don't put the boom in the shot. Blowing it, bro.
Cuesta.edu.
Welcome back to Cuesta Sports Monthly, and welcome back to Cuesta Athletic Director Bob Mariucci. Very lucky to have him here. Bob, thank you for joining us again. This is kind of seems like the second episode of the season is kind of your time.
Yeah.
And so we get a little bit into the year and get to see how you feel the fall sports are going here. How we doing?
Well, thanks for having me, Pete. Yeah, it's good timing, actually. Fall sports are underway. It's actually always a busy time getting these teams out on the fields and so forth, but now we're in a good place and everybody's competing and more or less in like conference play right now. So, and then in November it'll pick up with playoffs and that type of thing. But very pleased.
Basketball starting up again.
Oh yeah, and we had a basketball scrimmage yesterday, so it kind of ebbs and flows. But fall sports right now are actually off to a great start. Teams are doing well. We had some good numbers coming in, and everybody's doing pretty well. So it's good to see, and looking forward to kind of that pinnacle of the playoff season and so forth, see how our teams do. So
yeah, earlier in the episode we talked about volleyball. Volleyball has been battling through a very tough conference, but looking very good, maybe even in a playoff position. And soccer coming out of having their first winning season, or having more than one win in the season for the first time since the pandemic. They've been kind of really slow coming out of there, but it seems like Coach Caleb has really got the team going again. What are the things you've seen? What's impressed you as the AD with some of these teams coming out?
Well, I've been to a lot of good, like volleyball, the athletes that were here earlier. They are an exciting team to watch. I mean, they've battled our conference teams, Ventura and Santa Barbara. They're really exciting to watch. So if you want to come out and watch some exciting volleyball, they're very athletic. I think they're one of the more athletic teams that we've had in a long time. So, and then water polo, both of our water polo teams, men's and women, are doing fabulous. We have lots of tournaments at home.
That's kind of a tradition, though.
Yeah, a lot of good, got a lot of rich tradition with water polo, but they're upholding that tradition, and they are good too. Both of those squads are really powerful, and they're doing a good job as well. So. It's a lot of exciting sports right now, and we got a big wrestling tournament coming up in a couple weeks.
That's one of the things we haven't seen on campus yet. We haven't had a home wrestling event, so the Beathead Mover is always kind of a big thing. I think this is the 21st year for the.
Wow, it might be more than that. Maybe 21st or a little bit more, but that's an exciting time too. So we don't get to host wrestling at home a lot, so that big weekend is fun to come out and watch your local wrestlers and our team kind of compete. It's a big tournament and great competition. So yeah,
that really fills up the gym.
Yeah, we just hosted the state. Remember last year we hosted the state championships here at Cuesta, and I think it got great, just tremendous reviews. That Joe Dansby and all of us had done a tremendous job of that. It was a fun event, and that was
I think that's one of the things that's really a draw for San Luis Obispo and for Cuesta College. Is kind of our location, a nice location, and it's in the middle of the state, especially for state championships. Is that something that you would like to see happen more, to kind of put your hat in for that? I know it's tough because those South teams really were a South team, and they like to have those down there. So what kind of how do you feel about that?
Are we a South team or are we a Central Coast team?
Well, we're officially in the South, but we have been in the North.
What Pete's alluding to is that we're right in the middle of the state. So, and you did this when you were coaching water polo. I mean, all the good teams in the North, or any teams from the North and the South, they get a chance to meet halfway, where they don't have to make a longer trip to travel to Reading or whatever, Sacramento. So Cuesta's always been an ideal place for tournaments and state championships. We did the water polo state championships. So we like that. We like to have those schools come to us and compete here. So it's always been a good deal. So, yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about we've had a lot of coaching turnover, especially during the pandemic. How are you feeling about some of those new coaches? Both, we have, we have new Robert Neely's fairly new, his second year with cross country. We have soccer. Caleb's in his third year. Caleb Leakwade Natove. We just talked about a couple of his players. Then we have the two new water polo coaches, both in their second and third year. Greg in his second and Rachel in her third. Kind of those new coaches, how you kind of bringing them in?
Yeah. Well, obviously proud of our coaching staff, the ones that have retired recently and so forth, moved on, but we hired some really good coaches, and so that first year it's always difficult to get acclimated to the processes that we have to follow, just a lot of stuff. But now that we're in year 2 with a lot of these hirings, it's been great, so they're doing their thing. They're able to reach out to the community with fundraising and that type of efforts. So they've really grasped the coaching and they've done a tremendous job. We haven't really seen a dip in that. We've had successful programs and they've picked up right where we left off and continue to do the things that we do. So I've been proud of them, the newer coaches, and love working with them too. So it's been good transition.
So I on that point, we've had some transition, and one of the things we haven't had is we've had 11 new coaches that followed somebody who was tenure track, and only 2 of them are tenure track or full-time faculty. Is that kind of a worry for you? Because having that part-time coach is kind of, we've been lucky where we've been stable, but could that always be a potential pitfall for you? Yeah,
I mean, so someone that may not know, I mean, a full-time coach is one that also teaches here at Cuesta, an instructor within the kinesiology health department. But it's different when you have a part-time coach. A lot of our coaches may have another job in the community where they work throughout the day and then they come later in the day. So you need to really work hard on your communication with them, and for both of us, I mean, as far as everything that's going on. So yeah, we've lost some full-time coaches. It would be nice to replace them, and we haven't in a while, but so that's something we want to strive to continue to do. But they've been doing a tremendous job. I mean, coaching is a full-time job, no matter how you cut it, and they've put a lot of time and effort into making it successful. So
I think to be a successful coach, successful teacher, or anything like that, you have to have the passion. Yeah. And sometimes that goes beyond. It's almost unfair that it goes beyond the paycheck.
Yeah.
But one of the things besides what we've been doing on the field of play, but also our academics, our scholar athletes and stuff like that. I know we just got through with the sponsor, the sponsorship of our athletes.
The spring sports, yeah. So. I always say this on this show or whatever. I'm most proud of our academic success of our student athletes. I just think we get a tremendous athlete that from the top down to the coaching staff, I mean, that we stress academics is first, and that's just not something we say. And I think when we do these awards at the end of the year for not only our conference but the state, Cuesta gets recognized for that, and I think it's a testament to our counseling, our eligibility people, all of our financial aid. I mean, all of the people that put the resources and time into these student athletes, and I'm proud of that. And then, like you said, recently our baseball team, our women's track and field team, and 2 of our student athletes, Drew and Savannah, were nominated to the state level for awards. So proud of that, very proud of that.
All right, one last question. It's always tough, especially in a smaller school, to get our kids on the field and get the opportunities and the equipment and stuff like they need. And especially with our travel where we are, we said it's a good thing and a bad thing. But what are some of the things that people can do to help out with the Cuesta Athletics?
Well, always look on the Cuesta College Athletics website, which you run, and it's an awesome resource and an awesome page with articles on our student athletes all the time. And this show is on there and so forth. But there's a donate on the Cuesta College Athletics. And you can donate to a specific sport if you like as well. I mean, if you want water polo, then just click water polo and so forth. And we've done that with our coaches. Coaches have done a tremendous amount of fundraising, and they've done this thing called crowdfunding with our foundation office, who are been very grateful for their help with all this fundraising. But they do a good job, and it's reaching out to the community, to friends, to family, and just say, hey, we need some support.
Well, help support your favorite community college athletic teams. That concludes Cuesta Sports Monthly. We'd like to thank our today's guests, Hanna Coletti Alexis Waltz, Keira Becker-Tresky Emmersyn Vegas, and of course, Bob Mariucci for joining us today. Remember to stay up to date with your Cuesta website visit the Cuesta website at cuestaathletics.com. Thank you very much. This show is produced at Cuesta College by the Cuesta Film, Television, and Electronic Media Department as part of the Cuesta TV project. I'm Peter Schuler, and for all of us here at Cuesta, thanks for watching and thanks for your support of Cuesta College Athletics.